What is up, Boston Silkscar fans, and welcome to our PGL Season 6 Week 7 matchup against Gearhart and the Seattle Starraptors. This week should be quite the challenge because Gearhart is doing really well this season, and looking at the matchup in team prep, it looked pretty scary, so I knew it was going to be a challenge. We'll have to see how it goes. This week, I prepped for a rain team. He didn't bring a rain team, so we'll have to see how that works out for us. I got Greninja, Aegislash, Snorlax, Rotom, Mo, Clefable, and Tentacruel, and of course, he's got Sableye, Serena, Noivern, Skarmory, Manectric, and Mamoswine. You slip over one, and then you slip over all of them. I'm figuring he's probably going to lead with either the Manectric or the Mamoswine. So I'm going to lead with my Scarf Greninja because I have U-turn if I have to get out of there anyways. My only fear is that if he has a Scarf Noivern, but what are the odds of that, right? So that's what the lead is. We'll see what he does and how this battle goes this week. With minimal spoilers. It's so hard. I know I say that every week. Like, I mentioned that I'm trying not to spoil it. That's the one problem with post-com is I already know what happens. And I have to do my best to not let you know what happens before it happens. Because then that would just be boring, right? You guys want to be surprised. You guys want to be surprised. So I do my best. Anyways, we lead with our Greninja. He leads with his Sableye, which was kind of confusing. He does turn one, go for, I think it was Trick or something. But, of course, Prankster actually doesn't work on dark types, so I just go for a U-turn because I wasn't sure what he was planning there, and I didn't really have anything else to hit him with. So I'm going to come up with my Clefable. He's kind of my dedicated, or she's kind of my dedicated switch into Sableye. Will-O-Wisp isn't going to really affect me either. Gearhart was playing not too great in this beginning turn. He mentioned that in our chat afterward. I'm just going to go for a Moonblast because I know that this thing packs Taunt sometimes. I could have just like set up a Calm Mind or something, or set up my Stealth Rocks. Looking back, maybe I should have. I just figured that he would go for Taunt. But we knocked Sableye out just like that, and that is really good for us because that is a tank gone. We don't have to worry about that anymore. He's going to bring in the Vitala, and I'm going to stay in. Unfortunately, he does go for Iron Head, and it does a lot of damage. Calcing it out, and he gets the flinch, which is just awful, 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 awful. As I had gone for a Moonblast, just to try and break a Sash if he was sashed. Now, thing is, my Clefable this week I thought was bold with full defensive investment. Turns out it's actually bold with full special defense investment, and so I saw the Iron Head damage and I thought that he was like banded or something, so I switched into Rotom Mo because that's like, oh, he's stuck in Iron Head, he's gonna go for another Iron Head. I switched into Rotom Mo, he goes for Icicle Crash. So me miscreating my Pokemon actually cost us Rotom Mo's life. Really unfortunate because Rotom Mo is really important for this battle. At this point, I was feeling pretty bummed out because that was a major issue right there. I decided just to go for a Scald, play it safe, and he switches into his Wyvern or his Noivern, which sucks. I should have just went for Ice Beam. I was really thinking about it, but I thought, hey, if he stays with Mamoswine and goes for an Earthquake, I'm dead, so why wouldn't he just do that? And he's going to go for a U-turn, which is fine because Rumble can take that pretty well. And I go for an Ice Punch, I believe, or a Thunder Punch, predicting... No, because he doesn't have Pelipper this week. So I brought Thunder Punch for Pelipper, but he doesn't have Pelipper. Kind of unfortunate. So I don't... What happened that turn? Apparently I didn't do anything. I don't know. I just pulled a double switch, I guess. I don't know. Yes, that's what I did. I pulled a double switch, and he goes for Trop Kick, and I'm so confused still, because at this point, I don't know that Mavis is not the Mavis that I thought it was. So it does way more damage than it should have done, and I'm looking in a really bad situation. I go for Soft Boil just in case he does something weird, and he does actually do something weird, which works out for us. So we get to go up for the Soft Boiled and heal up a bit. But now that I know this thing has Iron Head and is doing way more damage than, or I thought it was Choice Band damage, but now at this point I was thinking it's Expert Belt damage. But it turns out he could still be Focus Sash because of the way that Clefable's EVs actually are. He could have just... I think he was just a Focus Sash Mamoswine, whereas I thought he was Choice Band or whatever, but it was just because I messed up. So I bring in Squidward, hoping that he'll go for an Icicle Crash or an Iron Head, but he predicts it and he goes for Earthquake, so he made some really good reads this week. And Tentacruel dies just like that. I'm getting one hit KO'd by everything by this Mamoswine. It kind of sucks. I'm going to go for a Scald, hoping to kill or at least burn. And we don't kill, but we do get the burn. He definitely has some special defense investment on this thing because that should have killed. Although he might be Assault Vest. He may very well be Assault Vest. That's probably what he is. But he stays and goes for Earthquake, so luckily we got that burn. Otherwise, I don't know if we'd live that or not. Really depends on how he's... I don't really know. I got to look at the calcs again, but I'm pretty sure Earthquake was a one-shot. So really lucky burn. And I'm just going to go for another Skull because, of course, I'm Choice Scarfed into it, and I just want to get damage on whatever I can and potentially kill the Mamoswine if he decides to stay in. But no burn for us there on that turn, so I'm going to switch back out, go back into Mavis, because Mavis really should be able to take these Trop kicks. I was looking at the calcs, and I was like, okay, this should do no more than 30 damage, 30% to us. It's doing more like 45, which, not good. Definitely not good. This was a huge mistake on my part this week. Just bringing the wrong Clefable really screwed me over. So I'm going to bring in Shield Maiden because I'm thinking, okay, this thing must be Choice Banded because it's doing so much damage to Clefable. It must be Choice Banded, right? But again, at the time, I did not know Clefable was messed up. So I brought in Shield Maiden thinking, okay, he's locked into whatchamacallit, and I also was really confused because I was like, how is this thing slower than Aegislash? How could this thing possibly be slower than Aegislash? Of course, he's got Fling, Iron Ball, which I don't know how or why, but a one-hit KOs me. I don't know. I mean, I'm in Blade form, so I guess I'm really weak anyways as it is, but still, it was just crazy. I thought he was Choice Banned. 2 times that I thought a Pokemon was Choice Banned, and it turned out not to be, and it cost me a Pokemon's life. Really sucks. Really sucks. So I go for a U-turn, just to kind of, because a U-turn would have killed, I think, at the HP that Serena was at, and I can switch out of there if anything else comes in. He brings a Mamoswine, I bring a Mavis, just kind of sack Mavis off, because one more turn of burn, and this thing is dead, and I figured, you know what, I guess if anybody needs to go, it'll be Mavis, because there's no time for me. There's no space where I could have soft-boiled again, unless he just made a mistake in his play, but I was not ready to bank on that, so I'll let that Mavis get sacked. So, yeah, his Mamoswine goes down to burn, and this match is really not looking too great for us. It's still doable, but it really comes down to how the rest plays out in terms of switches and stuff like that. I do go for another U-turn because if he stayed in, it's dead. Plus, I figured he'd go into something that I couldn't really handle, so I go ahead, U-turn. He brings in a Skarmory, so we break the Sturdy on the Skarmory, which is great, but he does have Rocky Helmet. Unfortunate, but not really a huge deal. Rumble's going to come in, and my only chance is for us to curse Fire Punch. Do I have I don't have Fire Punch this week, but I do have Thunder Punch, so it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start setting up my curses. He does have Toxic, and right there I knew it was GG. I should have brought Immunity, but I brought Thick Fat because, of course, Thick Fat, there was a Snorlax on his team. There was a Delphox potentially coming, so a Thick Fat made sense at the time, but now I wish I had Immunity on this thing because then it would have been clutch. So I'm going to set up curses because I'm still not doing enough damage to this thing. Without them, I'm calculating it out right now. I'm doing like 20%, and then after 130, and now I should be doing like 47% or something where I am. So I think I even go for one more because it's my only chance. My only chance is to get in here and actually be able to one-shot everything. The only chance. I do wish that I was rest this week. Rest, sleep, talk. But that's not the way I decided to do things. And I think that's our final curse we go for because I'm not really living too much from this. Now, I am living plenty from Mega Manectric because I'm fully specially defensive. So I didn't really worry too much about that. But after the Intimidate, that's kind of unfortunate. We're going to be down another curse attack boost. I'm so lost right now. So I'm going to just go for EQ, knowing that he shouldn't be able to kill me. I know that because I'm full HP, full special defense. I think I'm calm or whatever. Or careful. I don't remember. And I go for an Earthquake. No. I think I predicted and went for an Ice Punch. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I went for an Earthquake. I'm such a dummy, dude. I'm such a dummy. If I just gone for the Ice Punch, this could have been better. But I do go for the Ice Punch this turn. Man, I really misplayed a ton this game. I beat myself. Draco. But I knew we live. I knew we live. We fat. But this is going to be our one and only turn with the curse, really, doing anything effective. So Wyvern's dead, and now I just have Greninja, and I have to worry about a couple Pokemon, but I think it might have been possible. I don't know. If I pick the right move, I might... No, because you know what? No, it's not possible. But yes, it is. It is. It's possible. If I went for Hydro Pump and Connect, I can take out the Mega Mantric and the rest of his mons. So I end up just going for Hydro Pump. And as long as it connects, it should kill this thing unless he has some special defense investment. But I do miss, unfortunately, again. Kind of sucks. But I think we're going to lose no matter what. Not entirely positive. It really depends on if that would have O-code or not. I think it would have, unless he had investment, which he could have. So yeah, we end up losing, I think 3-0 was the final score. Kind of sucks. I know I've said that a lot, but it does. But next week, hopefully we can get a win. It is a divisional battle, so it's a very important battle. So I think if we can secure next week's win and maybe one more win this season, we can probably make playoffs. If we don't win next week, I don't know. I haven't really looked, but I know for a fact if we next week win the divisional battle and then win one more battle, I think we're locked in. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you all in the next one. Till then, though, stay frosty and peace out.